We're probably going to rip up this floor over here.
Simon Andrew bought this 3-bedroom house 5 years ago as a rental property. His last tenants, a couple and their adult son, moved in about 2 years ago.
They seem very respectable, nice people.
But within months, the artist says his tenants started moving in all kinds of animals.
There were definitely a goat. There was definitely rabbits. There were chicken. They definitely had quails in the house because I saw those.
Andrew says it took 7 months to evict the tenants through the landlord and tenant board.
You've got to imagine that this place was just covered in feces when I finally did manage, to get access to the property.
Andrew took photos of the state of the house. He says he filled 2 dumpsters with garbage left behind, including hay, animal carcasses, and feces.
It's like you're in a hazmat zone. It's like you're in a zone that is not fit for human habitation.
He's got the mess cleaned up, but is still struggling to get rid of the stench.
The goat was had a very pungent odor, and I mean, I guess the urine and the feces from the goat were probably the dominant smell.
Among the garbage, he also found photos of the tenants and their animals in previous homes. We tried to contact Andrew's former tenants, but they have not returned our call. Andrew estimates it will cost him $30,000 to make all the repairs. Money he says he doesn't have. He says it shouldn't have taken him months to evict the family.
The law did not protect me in any way whatsoever. The law took its time and let everything play out, and I had my hands tied. So the law has got to make exceptions for people that willfully destroy property.
The landlord and tenant board would not comment on Andrew's case specifically, but said in a statement, in most cases, the LTB hears these kinds of cases within 25 days of when the application was filed and issues a decision within 5 days of the hearing. That said, either the landlord or the tenant can ask for an adjournment to a later date. Now, I did ask Simon whether he'd rent out his place again. He says he won't do it long term, but is planning to do some short-term rentals so he can be more flexible if he has to kick someone out if they destroy his property.
If not for the picture of the pig in the bathtub and then the goat in the living room, it would be hard to actually believe this happened. Where is this family now?
Well, I did speak to the current landlord of the family. He told me that they now have several goats, more than one goat. They've got several pigs, at least 20 rabbits, and a number of birds.
And are they even allowed to keep these animals in a home? I sure didn't think so.
Well, that's a good question. And in fact, the OSPCA did call them as well to find out what was going on with them. They're saying that there is an ongoing investigation at Andrew's house because the OSPCA said it received complaints about several dead chickens on the property and a goat living in the house.